The Nikon ZF II has become one of the most closely watched rumored cameras in Nikon's lineup, not because of a single leak, but because multiple independent signals have started pointing toward the same direction. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the Nikon ZF II is increasingly being discussed as a meaningful continuation of Nikon's retro-inspired full-frame concept, potentially expanding it into a far more capable hybrid system for both photographers and video creators. The story really begins with the original Nikon ZF, which arrived in late 2023 and immediately stood out in a crowded mirrorless market. At a time when most manufacturers were focused on aggressive, futuristic designs and spec-heavy bodies, Nikon took a different route. The ZF leaned heavily into nostalgia, drawing inspiration from classic film cameras with physical dials, textured controls, and a minimalist top plate layout. Beneath that vintage exterior, however, sat a modern full-frame sensor and a capable imaging pipeline, creating a blend of emotional design and contemporary performance that resonated strongly with photographers who valued shooting experience as much as output. That combination made the original model a quiet success, especially among enthusiasts, street photographers, and creators who preferred a more tactile, intentional shooting style. Once a camera connects that strongly with its audience, speculation about a successor is almost inevitable. By 2025, conversations around a Nikon ZF II began to surface more frequently across rumor sites, forums, and analyst discussions. What makes this cycle more interesting than usual is the consistency across different sources, all hinting at similar upgrades rather than scattered or contradictory ideas. One of the most widely discussed rumored changes is a new 24.5 megapixel full-frame partially stacked CMOS sensor. This type of sensor is designed primarily to improve speed rather than just resolution. By increasing readout efficiency, it helps reduce rolling shutter artifacts, improves burst shooting performance, and enables cleaner high-speed video capture. In practical terms, this would make the Nikon ZF II significantly more responsive in fast-moving scenarios while also improving overall image stability during continuous shooting and video recording. Alongside the sensor, the Nikon ZF II is also expected to feature Nikon's next-generation X-Speed 8 processor. While processor upgrades often appear subtle on specification sheets, they tend to have a major impact on real-world performance. The X-Speed 8 is expected to improve autofocus calculations, enhance subject detection accuracy, and refine overall image processing, including color rendering and noise control. It may also help manage more demanding video formats and higher data throughput from the upgraded sensor system. Video capabilities are another area where speculation around the Nikon ZF II becomes especially ambitious. Some reports suggest support for 6K recording at up to 60 frames per second using NRAW, along with 4K recording at 120 frames per second in ProRes RAW. There are also mentions of full 10-bit internal recording, which would significantly expand flexibility for color grading and post-production workflows. If even a portion of these claims proves accurate, the Nikon ZF II would move far beyond a photography-first design and become a serious hybrid tool for modern content creators. That said, not all video-related rumors are equally grounded. Internal RAW recording aligns with Nikon's current technological direction and is widely considered plausible. However, more extreme combinations of resolution, frame rate, and codec support remain uncertain due to physical constraints such as heat management, sustained processing load, and battery efficiency. These factors often determine how far compact full-frame bodies can realistically be pushed, especially when maintaining a small retro design. Autofocus improvements are another major pillar of the Nikon ZF II speculation. Reports suggest a significantly upgraded system featuring around 273 autofocus points supported by AI-based subject recognition. This system is expected to handle a wide variety of subjects, including human eyes, faces, animals, birds, and even vehicles, with improved speed and accuracy. Some of the more ambitious claims suggest that autofocus performance could even rival or exceed that of higher positioned models like the Z6 III in certain conditions, which would be a notable shift in Nikon's internal product hierarchy. Burst shooting performance is also expected to see a meaningful upgrade. Rumored specifications point toward continuous shooting speeds of up to 20 frames per second in RAW and up to 60 frames per second in JPEG. Compared to the original ZF, this would represent a significant improvement in responsiveness, making the Nikon ZF II far more capable for fast-paced subjects such as street action, wildlife, and event photography. Despite all these performance-focused expectations, one of the most consistent points across all leaks is Nikon's intention to preserve the identity of the original design. The retro aesthetic is not just a styling choice, it is the defining characteristic of the entire ZF line. As a result, the Nikon ZF II is expected to retain its classic top plate dials, vintage-inspired body shape, and tactile control layout, maintaining the emotional appeal that made the original so distinctive. However, subtle refinements are expected beneath that familiar exterior. One of the most frequently mentioned upgrades is a higher resolution electronic viewfinder, potentially moving to a 5.76-million OLED panel. This would offer a sharper and more immersive viewing experience, especially useful for manual focusing and precise composition. The rear display is expected to remain a 3.2-inch tilting touchscreen, preserving the clean and minimal rear design that complements the camera's vintage-inspired front. Ergonomic improvements are also likely, though kept deliberately subtle to avoid disrupting the design language. A slightly deeper grip and improved button spacing are often mentioned as possible changes, aimed at enhancing comfort during longer shooting sessions. These refinements would improve usability while maintaining the compact, classic silhouette that defines the series. In the end, the Nikon ZF II represents Nikon's ongoing attempt to balance heritage and innovation in a single product. Whether all rumored features arrive exactly as described or only a portion makes it into the final camera, the direction is already clear. Nikon is refining a formula that combines character-driven design with modern performance, aiming to create a camera that feels timeless in style while remaining competitive in capability.